So the Miami Heat, they have been trying to get over that hump for the past few seasons in terms of trying to win an NBA championship. We have seen them in the NBA Finals. We have seen them close to the NBA Finals, but the Heat have not been able to get the job done. And we have seen them go after big names recently. Main one we want to talk about is Damian Lillard. Of course, the Heat did not want to pay the Damian Lillard price tag. So unfortunately, instead of getting Dame, he ended up going to Milwaukee. And then for the Heat, they got off to a rocky start. Pretty much steered the ship in the right direction. And ever since then, they've been around 500. They're sitting 15-12 to this point in the season. And they are currently, as of recording this video, the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. That could very well move up and down. It is very tight and compact in that area of the seeding. So, what is next for the Miami Heat? How can they improve their team before the NBA trade deadline? Well, according to The Athletic, they have now one but two players that they are going to try to target potentially, man. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting stuff. Now, of course, the first one is Donovan Mitchell. Big name. Everybody knows Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell not only is a great player, all-star caliber player, but we also know Donovan Mitchell and his time in Cleveland could be coming to an end. I'm not quite sure how long Donovan Mitchell will stay. This could be it for Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So teams could be lining up to try to make strong offers, especially because Cleveland really up and down the season as well. This could be a perfect time to go get a player like that. And what can he bring to a team where when you look at the Miami Heat roster, right, and you look at their main pieces, of course, you have Jimmy Butler, you have Tyler Hero as your starting 2 and your 3, and then you have Duncan Robinson coming off of the bench for you. But you could definitely add another piece there, or you could definitely even try to upgrade a Duncan Robinson and flip him. Now, with that said, you bring in a guy like Mitchell, he's going to severely upgrade any of that. But what is that going to cost you? That may cost you Tyler Hero. So when you lose Tyler Hero, you bring in Donovan Mitchell. I think that is a better upgrade, but that is still going to be a hit to your team and what you are trying to build and what you are trying to do. I think the main focus should be Jordan Clarkson. Now, Jordan Clarkson is another guy that they are targeting potentially. Now, with the Utah Jazz, we know Utah, they are not playing for now. Everything in Utah is about the future. How can they win down the road? How can they acquire assets? How can they acquire draft picks? That is what Utah is trying to do. Jordan Clarkson is a guy who everybody knows around the league is a bucket. He can score. He is pretty much instant offense for you, and he is used to coming off the bench, right? So no worries there. And you would have to assume, you never know in the NBA. That's why I say you would have to assume, because we've seen Rudy Gobert win for 1 year. You would have to assume that Jordan Clarkson will come at a cheaper price tag than Donovan Mitchell in terms of assets that you have to move. Now, with that said, we also know Miami is pretty cheap. They're pretty stingy when it comes to who they decide to trade and what packages they want to put together for players. But Jordan Clarkson, I think, is a more manageable, more reasonable, and he wouldn't cost as much in terms of contract and in terms of assets you got to give up, and he could fit what you currently have. Can you get him with keeping Tyler Hero? Tough, but it's possible. That is definitely possible. Can you get Donovan Mitchell without giving up a Tyler Hero? Pretty doubtful. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I do think it will be a little bit easier to go at the route of Jordan Clarkson. And I like that fit if you are able to bring him in. Now, of course, we will see how offers and how other trades start lining up as we get through January, especially January 15th, where pretty much everything opens up. That is the day that we definitely need to have circled on our calendar, because we're going to start getting a ton of rumors and information coming out around that time period, because everybody's getting ready for trade deadline. You're going to know all types of front office people will be leaking out information to kind of see how fans feel about things, see, what teams bite, maybe they come up with ideas. You will hear a ton of information around that time. But until then, it's just names of guys to really watch. Jordan Clarkson, I think, could be on the move, especially with what Utah is doing. And you notice, you've seen names in Utah that could potentially go. Evan Lauri Markkanen, we just heard recently, is not untradeable, right? So Utah could be up to something. And we know Danny Ainge, he is fine with trading whoever to build the team and get assets. That's what they've been doing so far, and I expect that to keep up. The Donovan Mitchell one is interesting. he could definitely go because we don't know how locked in he is to Cleveland long term. But with that said, Donovan Mitchell is not going to be super cheap. Even if you know he has to leave, Donovan Mitchell is going to cost you something. So that will be interesting. But if I'm the general manager of the Miami Heat, Jordan Clarkson, that is who I'm identifying. Because Jordan Clarkson, yes, not as good, talented as Donovan Mitchell. He fits into what you were trying to do. He can come off that bench for you, and he will cost less in the long run. But what do you guys think? That is definitely my opinion. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who would you go after if you are the Miami Heat? Are you going after Jordan Clarkson? Are you going after Donovan Mitchell? Are you going after somebody else? Definitely let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. As usual, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.